What's up, y'all? Today we are reacting to KVT gang explained inside Sydney raging gang war. This is what y'all recommended. I don't know why y'all keep recommending me gang related activities. I am a civilian. I got nothing to do with no Australian beef. Pause. Let's get into this video.
Shadows of Sydney's western suburbs, a seismic shift has been unfolding in the city's criminal underworld. For years,
they had this nigga on a UAV gang. Had that nigga low, night vision. GG. He's cooked.
Underworld. For years, the Alameddine crime
this
network
is in 240p.
Orchestrating a sprawling drug empire with street-level muscle provided by a lesser-known but fiercely loyal crew known as the KVT family, or...
Wait, these the same dudes that was in the family war that went on for like 20 years. But I think they won the war though. That other family down like 20 points. They need to get back or just wave the white flag. No in between.
KVT. Originally a tight-knit group of young men of Fijian heritage, the KVT operated as enforcers and foot soldiers, willing to do jail time, carry guns, and execute enforcement duties for their powerful superiors. But in 2025, this alliance came undone. A bitter fallout, ignited by ambition, fractured loyalties, and rising violence, has turned...
That's the one thing about starting a gang. I would hate to be a gang leader. Because you're going to have so many loyal people with you. Imagine all the hating ass niggas, rat ass niggas that's going to be on your side too. It's like, if I'm in a gang, nigga fucking up the reacts.
And Sydney's gangland landscape on its head. What began as a quiet subordinate group embedded within the Alameddine Empire has now evolved into a force.
Nah. Tight ass Fendi monster. Why you look Dominican? Yo, that's a Dominican fit. Yo, he might be Dominican gang. Look at the haircut. Peep the Fendi monster. Extra small. You trying to show off the muscles. Extra small jean shorts. Whole thighs is showing. He gotta be Dominican.
Demanding its own place at the criminal table, sparking one of the most volatile gang conflicts the city has witnessed in decades. This is the story of how the KVT gang rose through the ranks of organized crime, helped fuel a notorious gang war, and eventually turned on their mentors, plunging Sydney into a new era of bloodshed and chaos.
Like, this just seems like such a stressful life to live, gang. Like, head on a swivel at all times. I can never just chip.
The acronym for KVT family derives its name from KVT, a Fijian word broadly used to identify native Fijians. The gang primarily consists of young men of Fijian...
Yo, gang, I'm not gonna lie. 4 niggas like this run down on me, bro. I don't feel like nothing gonna happen to me. I'm safe, gang. Safe. I feel like I untuck my chains, wear all my jewelry, be like Jim Jones and having money fall out my pocket. I feel like I'll come out untouched.
Heritage raised in western Sydney suburbs,
and that nigga can't hoop. Stop dribbling.
Many KVT members emerged from low-income households, environments marred by social marginalization, and a fractured relationship with authority. These circumstances made them susceptible to the lure of brotherhood, protection, and money offered through gang life. Initially a loose-knit group bound by ethnic and geographic solidarity, the KVT evolved into an organized criminal entity as it caught the attention of the Alameddine crime network. Senior Alameddine figure Masood Zakaria, a former junior football talent turned high-ranking fugitive, played a key role in transforming...
Are they all fat? All these niggas is like swole as shit. Like, look, the whole family is swole. He's a little on the scrawnier side, but no, he's a little stocky. All these niggas is swole. It's the same Dominican nigga. Yo, bro, there's no way he's just like Muslim or like brown, bro. There's no way. He's mixed with some sort of Spanish gang. That's Spanish. That is definitely Spanish.
KVT from a marginal street presence into a strategic
peep the pose though. Like,
Zakaria saw junior rugby league as fertile recruiting ground. Using donations, free jerseys, and his local celebrity status, he embedded himself in the community to win over promising young...
Neck beard is insane. I'm not gonna lie, this is the most nasty archetype of beards. If anybody in my chat grows neck beards, leave my chat before I ban you.
Many
24 hours.
to become loyal foot soldiers for KVT. This alliance gave the Alameddines a disposable and highly active strike team capable of committing assaults, storing drugs and firearms, and even accepting jail time on behalf of their superiors. In return,
So these niggas
KVT
moving like the Golden State Warriors. 2018 Golden State, 2017 Golden State. This is when they in their prime where 1 through 16 was all nice. Or 1 through 10. They whole roster was nice. They had Barbosa, Andre Bogut, JaVale McGee. They was hooping. Just
members were
hooping.
rewarded with luxury goods,
Andre
housing, and
Iguodala.
financial compensation. By the early 2020s, KVT had developed into a tightly run, street-level enforcement wing of the larger Alameddine syndicate. The partnership between the Alameddines and KVT deepened over time. KVT increasingly became an indispensable tool for executing the family
Head ass
will on the
sweatpants.
streets, especially during moments of violent confrontation. While the Alameddine Group focused on drug importation, trafficking, and international logistics, KVT handled dirty work at the street level, enforcing debt collection, committing assaults, and trafficking smaller drug parcels across Sydney.
Respectfully, I don't understand why you would ever take money from a gang. I'm never, first of all, I don't borrow money from anybody. But I would especially know not to borrow money for no gang. How you can't be in that much debt to where you gonna put your life on the line, gang. Because if you don't get that money in time, you're gonna be on live leak. I just saw a video, bro, from the cartel snuck into the building, smiling ear to ear like the Joker, machete in his hand, started wilding out every person in there. Maybe they had nothing to do with it. He was just wilding them all out.
This relationship became most visible during the infamous gangland feud between the Alameddines and the Hamzi crime family, the most dominant faction of the Brothers for Life organisation. The Turf War, which escalated between 2020 and 2022, left a trail of bodies across Sydney and plunged the city into a state of heightened fear and police alert. The first clear public link between the Alameddines and KVT emerged in August 2021 when KVT leader Joseph Joe Fresh Vokai, along with Samuel Rokamakisa and an unnamed 19-year-old, was arrested in North Sydney. The trio, wearing masks and carrying firearms in a stolen Mercedes, was accused of conspiring to assassinate Ibrahim Hamza, then head of the Hamzi crime family. The foiled hit plot exposed the depth of KVT's operational involvement and confirmed their role as willing and lethal tools in the Alameddine network. Vokai was later charged with conspiracy to commit murder and
Is he Spanish, chat? Yo, bro, no, he is 2% gang. And this one, he don't look that Spanish. But in them other flicks, gang, the way he was dressed, the way he was posted up, posing, gang, he got like 2% Spanish in him.
directing a criminal group,
A little bit of Dominican.
KVT as more than mere street thugs. His incarceration marked the first time police formally acknowledged KVT's integration into Sydney's major organised crime hierarchy. Despite mounting legal pressure and internal chaos within the Alameddine family, the partnership between the two groups remained intact into late 2024 and early 2025, particularly as they turned their focus toward the illicit tobacco trade. On November 29th, 2024, Alameddine and KVT associates collaborated in an attempted robbery of a tobacco delivery truck in Guildford. Weeks later, on January 4th,
What they stealing
2025,
tobacco
the two groups
for?
joined forces again, this time targeting a warehouse in Condell Park, storing over a ton of illicit tobacco. Their plans, however, were disrupted when they accidentally triggered the site's security alarm. In response, 3 men connected to the warehouse quickly arrived at the scene, where they were confronted and threatened at gunpoint by the intruders. The victims were then bound at the hands and feet and subjected to what authorities later described as a violent and barbaric assault that lasted between 15 and 30 minutes. During the ordeal,
Yo, but why are you beating up the workers, gang? Once they surrender, it's like, all right, let them rock. Bro, first I'll be there begging for my life. You hold me at gunpoint, I'm doing anything you want me to do. Anything you want me to do. Unless you try to get it on camera, that's when I'm gonna pump figure act like I'm not scared. But if it's off camera, gang, yo, please, I'll be pissing myself, shitting myself, wilding.
one of the men had a toe partially severed. Emergency services were contacted during the attack,
Why they
prompting a
cut his
swift police response
toes?
that caused the group to scatter. While 6 members of the crew managed to evade capture, 2 suspects were arrested at the scene and charged with aggravated break and enter and detaining a person in company. On March 25th, 2025, police dismantled the major illicit tobacco syndicate involving both groups. Among those arrested were several known KVT members and Alameddine associates, including Imad Slimane, who had previously spent nearly 2 decades in prison for the 1997 murder of rising sports star Jason Burton, and who police allege directed the operation. The syndicate was accused of the brutal assault at the Condell Park warehouse, the attempted hijacking of a tobacco delivery truck in Guildford, and, in addition, the theft of $1.5 million worth of cigarettes from a Casilla storage facility and another failed heist at a unit in Girraween. These coordinated
Wait, so why are they just stealing cigarettes and tobacco? You can't steal nothing else. You can't like rob a bank or something. Why are you just stealing tobacco and shit? At least steals like, I don't, nigga, steal some Zah, some spray. Like, you niggas ain't stealing no weed. Straight
Crimes
cancer
illustrated that,
sticks.
despite law enforcement pressure, the Alameddine KVT relationship remained functional, if not entirely balanced. By mid 2025, however, the once tight alliance began to fray. Law enforcement intelligence began picking up whispers of dissent and infighting, hinting at a major power struggle within Sydney's criminal ecosystem.
KBT push for independence. Yo, bro, this shit is reminding me of the British Revolution. Y'all remember how the British Revolution? I don't know if they teach y'all this overseas. They want to steal the tea bags and tobacco. They trying to steal tobacco and gain independence. This is like a revolution going on. Hold on, I'm kind of intrigued.
The departure of key Alameddine figures, many of whom had fled to Lebanon under pressure from New South Wales police, left a leadership vacuum in Sydney. Without strong centralised control, subgroups like KVT began asserting more autonomy. Simultaneously, a splinter group known as the Afghani crew emerged from within KVT's ranks.
Oh yeah, nah. See a group like this. I don't want no problems with none of the members. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want no smoke with none of y'all. These is all real demons, real crash outs, no organized crime, just straight crime. Crime off
This younger, more
impulse.
aggressive subset sought to break from both Alameddine oversight and traditional gang hierarchies. The Afghani crew represented a generational rebellion, one that preferred violence over diplomacy and independence over loyalty.
You see, yo, bro. You ain't even have to tell me that. I can already tell that's the time they be on. I'm good.
The situation escalated rapidly. Drive-by shootings, arsons, and public brawls hinted at a burgeoning conflict. In response, New South Wales Police launched Task Force Falcon, a major investigative initiative consolidating 13 different strike forces under a single umbrella. Over 150 officers were deployed to manage what was now shaping up to be a full-blown gang war. The feud that erupted between the KVT and Alameddine groups throughout 2025 was not a sudden explosion of violence, but rather a series of calculated attacks and retaliations that unfolded across months. The conflict claimed lives, maimed bystanders, and shook Sydney's western suburbs with a relentless rhythm of bloodshed. Tensions first came to...
How I post live right now on Twitch. 60 niggas gonna view it? Only one nigga in here, and that one nigga is me? Y'all niggas gonna stop playing with me, man. Y'all, I can't figure out how to multi-stream.
Public attention when a confrontation allegedly took place.
Come to the Twitch. You know what? You know what I'm gonna start doing now? Now some videos y'all recommend only gonna be Twitch. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Joseph,
but still,
Joe Fresh, Vokai,
slide to the Twitch, y'all. Don't piss me off.
Ali, I Huncho, Younes at a gym in Western Sydney. Though both men denied the incident when police were notified, rumours of the altercation between the high-profile rapper and the emerging gang leader only intensified speculation of an imminent power.
I've listened to a few of his songs. He trash.
That struggle quickly escalated. On the 18th of February, gunfire erupted on the boulevard in Brighton-le-Sands. 3 men believed to be affiliated with the Alameddine family, including 32-year-old Dawood Zakaria and senior member Samimjan Azari, were targeted.
Come on, yo, he's adorable. He's a sweetheart, yo. He can't hurt a soul. Samimjan Azari, gang. Come on, bro. Well, you just want to pinch his cheeks, bro. Ain't no way he's also hitting licks, bro. He's a good fucking guy.
Targeted in a drive-by shooting. Though no one was killed in this initial attack, police later confirmed that Azari, who remained one of the most senior Alameddine figures not in prison or overseas, had been the intended target. This would be the first attempt on Azari's life.
They tried to pack him up. They tried to put him in some runts. Not my man Amizi Al-Azari.
Just 2 months later, on the 13th of April, another confrontation allegedly took place, this time at a funeral for the father of an Alameddine member.
Gang. We clapping niggas at funerals? Yo, come on, like at some point we gotta have some sort of like moral compass, some sort of morale. You already took one of their partners. Now you're gonna take another one the same day they grieving their mans. That's psychological warfare.
KVT and Alameddine figures reportedly clashed again in what was said to be another brawl, though the individual connected to the deceased denied any such fight had occurred. By mid-April, the conflict had spilled out into Sydney streets with increasing violence. On the 16th of April, a house on Folds Road in Guildford West came under fire in a drive-by shooting.
Yo, Jalen, I'm not gonna lie, gang. You need serious help. Hey, you! Exclamation mark. You about to get timed. Oh shit, nigga, is that a blue crown? Yo, make sure sub up with that Amazon Prime demon. Sub up with that Prime demon. You ain't gonna get no ads, my heart. You ain't gonna get no ads, my heart.
At the time, a 26-year-old woman was inside the home. Police later revealed the shooting was likely linked to her relationship with an alleged Al Medine member. What followed was one of the most tragic events of the year. On the 19th of May, John Versace, a 23
I got you, man.
year old plumber who had no links to organised crime, was gunned down in a hail of bullets at his doorstep in Condell Park,
Damn.
southwest. Who had no tragic events of the year. On the 19th of May, John Versace, a 23-year-old plumber who had no links to organised.
This nigga is 23? No way he's 23. Like, it's not fair. It's really not fair. Like, he's 23 full grown beard, gang. I have nothing. I've been growing this for 22 years, about to be 23. I barely have stash, gang. I just have a pedo stash. Like, this shit, bro.
Crime was gunned down in a hail of bullets at his doorstep in
I been need take. Yeah, nah, that's a timeout. Hold on. Yeah. Where this nigga at? Ooh, you lucky. You lucky. I don't know how to do it.
City southwest. Authorities believe his murder was a case of mistaken identity. The actual target, a known Al Medine associate, lived nearby. Versace's death shocked the public and illustrated.
That's in the street. Oh, now you're gray. Crying.
On the 25th of May, the feud escalated further. In Granville, 4 men sat in a Toyota Hilux at a red light on Woodville Street when gunmen opened fire. Dawood Zachariah was shot.
Damn.
While solicitor Sylvan Singh, who had no criminal ties beyond his legal work, was hit in the
Where
arm.
the EDP? Yo, I just posted one. You know what? We gonna react to one right after this. Right after this.
Injuries the next day, on the 26th of May. The 2 others in the car, including Azari, were unharmed, but later arrested on unrelated firearm charges after a weapon was found in the vehicle. Azari was widely believed to have been the real target, and the incident marked yet another attempt on his life.
Oh shit, alright, demon. Yo, I gotta finish this vid, bro. Y'all distracted me. I'm getting sidetracked.
Less than 24 hours after
So highlight
the assassination.
I did, yes. I went for like
public out
3.5 years because I went to Old Westbury first and then I transferred. Hold on, let me finish this.
New South Wales Premier Chris Minns called the ongoing wave of violence a horrifying violent chapter in the state's history and voiced concern over the court's decision, warning that Azari's
We ain't never seen Yo, what? You try to get right in the chat.
release could provoke more bloodshed. June saw a further escalation of violence. On the 8th of June, the car belonging to alleged Al Medine member Ali El Mubayed was torched outside his home in Marylands. 4 days later, on the 12th of June, his house was sprayed with bullets in a drive-by shooting just as he was on his way to Parramatta local court to ask for a variation of his bail conditions, allowing him to move to a secure.
You too, I not. Yeah, but he left though. He just moved out of New York. He be traveling too. He be leaving the country, and he pay for flights, and he love the trick. He love the trick. My man's right there. He a trick. So like, if you start fucking with him, he'll buy you whatever you want, bags, cars, pay your rent. Like that's the type of shit that he be on.
High-rise block. Following a police pursuit involving the Polar helicopter, 3 suspects, Asim Fagouf, 20, Jimmy Abdul Rahim, 22, and Mustafa Musa, 23, were arrested in Yaguna. 2 others, both 17.
Sit down. Come on, sit down, Louis Prada, whatever you want.
Conspiring to discharge a firearm with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, among other offences. The teenage suspects were charged with weapons, vehicle theft, and criminal group offences. On the 13th of June, 2025, suspected gunmen were seen.
I don't like guys that be tricks like. No, I was trolling. He don't do that. He just be in his bucks and he just like be in school and he got a job. He got about 2 jobs. He be getting money for. But now he don't be tricking.
Nazari, along a suburban street in Rose Hill. Concerned residents reported a suspicious vehicle lingering in the area, prompting a swift police response. The would-be assailants fled before.
Yo, my fault, J-Line. I thought that would like help a little bit. I guess that shit ain't help.
Before officers arrived, but it was clear Azari remained a marked man. Just 3 days later, on the 16th of June, the attackers returned, this time determined to finish the job. At around 1 PM, roughly an hour after Azari had checked in at a local police station as part of his bail conditions, he was ambushed inside M Brothers Kebab Shop on South Parade in Auburn.
In the Brothers Kebab Shop?
Opened fire in broad daylight, striking Azari in the arm and leg.
Yeah, man, broad daylight? See, like, this is why I can't join a gang, bro. Like, I can't even eat kebabs in peace, bro. I gotta worry about getting caught while eating some lamb? Come on, gang.
The 4th known attempt on his life. Tragically, he wasn't the only victim. Aspiring footballer Kali Taizani, 25, and shop worker Yuragul Idogu, 47, were also caught in the crossfire. Taizani suffered a severe spinal injury after bullet shrapnel travelled through his body. Doctors later warned his family he may never walk again. Idogu, critically wounded, underwent 2 surgeries to remove bullet fragments and was placed in a medically induced coma. By that evening, all 3 victims were listed in serious but stable condition at Westmead Hospital.
We were joking, I don't trick, but I'll take you out, though.
Despite the brazen daylight attack and mounting attempts on his life, Azari survived once again. The violence began to take on new forms by late June. On the 24th of June, 62-year-old Bassem Chaloub was stabbed repeatedly outside a home in Guildford. Chaloub's son, Emilio,
Shit ain't done to slide back.
to rapper and Al Medina affiliate I Huncho was the actual target. Within hours, police arrested and charged a 15-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man at a property in Wentworthville. Just 2 days later, on the 26th of June,
I feel like
21-year-old
Cupid
Luke
right
Manassa
now.
was stabbed to death in Pemulwuy, near the home of Al Medina associate Anthony Khalil. Although Khalil was not present at the time, the property was being watched over by people close to Manassa. Detectives later suggested Khalil was the intended target. The wave of youth involvement continued into early July. On the 2nd of July, a 15-year-old was arrested in Condell Park and charged with
15?
including 2 counts of firing a weapon at a residence.
Bro, what was I doing at 15? I think I was just playing the game. This nigga out hitting
Counts of
licks.
property damage by fire or explosion and participating in a criminal group. He was believed to be responsible.
Yo, Jalen, she said move to where, gang? Read the chat, bro. Read the chat, gang. Answer her question. He moved to Texas.
For the Guildford West shooting
He
in
moved
April,
to Texas.
as well as a separate shooting in Maryland in March. This was not the only arrest. On the 3rd of July, a 17-year-old from South Penrith and a 16-year-old from Mount Druitt were taken into custody and charged with the murder of Luke Manassa.
Damn.
Whether these arrests mark the end of the violence or merely a pause in an ongoing cycle remains to be seen. The collapse of the Alameddine KVT alliance and the emergence of the
His
Afghani
hairline
group
is cooked.
mark a critical juncture in Sydney.
That's what I'm saying. Like the delay is not that long, Jalen. It's like 10 seconds, gang. Like, bro, what you doing, man? Like, what you doing, gang? Nigga, come on, bro. You
Once
blocking
united
your
by
own
shared
blessings.
The factions now face off in a brutal power struggle driven by ambition and generational change. As violence escalates, Task Force Falcon faces an uphill battle in restoring order. Yet, their greatest challenge may not lie in catching shooters, but in dismantling the appeal of gang life for Sydney's disenfranchised youth.
Oh, I ain't see. Hold on. Hold on for what? Oh my,
They're
yo.
leading attacks, committing
Oh my
murders, and shaping the
God.
future of organised crime. From high school football fields to courtrooms and morgues, the new face of Sydney's gang war is alarmingly young, fearless, and bloodthirsty. As KVT's war with the Alameddines continues to burn, one thing is certain. The age of traditional crime families controlling Sydney streets is ending. In its place is a new era, defined by younger, faster, and more brutal gangs fighting for dominance in a city teetering on the edge. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching.
I'm not gonna lie, though. This reaction might not get posted, though. I got sidetracked too often. My Australians is not going like that.
My mom was an addict and pop one in. And trust me, I still ain't care.